The Bunker Project is brought to you by Okanagan Spring Brewmaster Black, the beer we drink at the Bunker Show.
Yeah, and we're just the last of the barrel. I had a slightly flat one. It was kind of like an English beer. Actually, I didn't mind it.
An English beer, they're not all flat.
Yeah, but, you know, a nice flat English beer. Except it was cold. That was the problem. Way too cold. Oh, and here she is. Bring me my new Brewmaster Black.
All right,
Awesome.
We've got a cool show today. We're going to talk about...
What
are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about images and where you can get them.
Fiverr. I thought we were going to talk about Fiverr.
We're going to talk about Fiverr as well. Mm-hmm. That's actually part of the same topic.
Stuff, yeah.
Cool.
Do you pay for somebody to create your images, or do you do it yourself? Do you go to Fiverr? Do you go to Elance?
Yeah, or what was it? Getty said everything's free on Getty now, and I was reading a couple articles, and anyways, we'll do it after the round table. We'll do it after the round table. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're also going to talk about interview techniques for podcasters, bloggers, and web show producers.
Ooh, we'll be quizzing Andrew on that one.
Well, Bob, how many interviews have you done on Business Book Talk so far?
180, maybe.
There you
190.
go. Yeah, so you're.
And then how many shows have we done here? Almost 200.
Yeah,
that's more like exercising cat herding than interviewing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then we got Crazy TV Talk. I've got like almost 100 shows in Crazy TV Talk now too, and we're doing a lot of interviews. It's interesting actually because Jay Dean isn't very good because he gets too excited and he talks over guests and stuff like that. And
what do you mean? Like he's talking about it?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, should we do a round table first before we get into
Yeah, let's do a round table.
Because I want to talk about Fiverr.
What else are we talking about?
Let's do that last.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll wait
so we
for,
get all frothy and drunk first.
Yes.
And I love Fiverr, man.
What else are we talking about on the show?
Oculus Rift. We're going to do a little bit of gaming with James. Oculus Rift Facebook.
That's that new one with about the glasses, right? Oculus.
New?
I'm punning here.
All
right, fine.
I can see what you're doing.
Don't you have to wait until you're like 25 before you put one on?
That's Oculus Blue.
Oh.
No, Andrew's correct.
I think it's the mic. It makes me funnier. More nasal, though. Much more nasal, yes.
No, it's the relaxed posture from our new little tub armchairs.
Oh, look
we'll
at you. I mean, it's like we need TV sets.
We'll put some pictures up on the show. Anyone who's been here before knows that we sit in these, what do you call these, office kind of style chairs?
They're like dining room chairs.
Yeah, dining room chairs.
Stiff,
and today we got the leather lounge chairs.
Oh, yeah.
We're sitting back.
Chairs.
It's
We're about what? We're about 8 inches lower, so the
really
ceiling looks
comfortable,
taller.
actually.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It really feels like a lounge show.
Yeah, and the the table here is it's much lower, and it feels like we're at a coffee table or something like that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's happening, man.
Now it's the bunker living room.
Well, they've been threatening to put in these chairs for. Well, I think these are.
Well, these are the old chairs
used.
from back over there.
Yeah, but they had big plans for this room. It was we're going to be doing this and that, and never got around to it. But
so it's the storeroom and the bunker room.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it used to be a breakfast room here for a bit, and they gave up on that. And then a storage room for all the DJ equipment. Where's all the DJ equipment?
They used to hold meetings
Aren't they doing the DJ shows here anymore? Because there's no DJ equipment.
That's right. Is there any in the back?
Nope.
They pulled out.
They sure did. That was after Jesse left.
Really? It's like, see ya. Did they screw it up? Because that was the only thing making this club money.
I think it goes a little deeper than that.
No, they don't really care about the money the bar makes here. It's just all about the hotel. The bar is just a place for the guests to come for a drink if they want.
They're laundering some money.
You never know. All right, let's do a round table. We'll
start with
Bonnie
Big Bonnie
Sainsbury.
Okay. Bonnie Sainsbury, number 19 on CEO World Magazine's social media.
That.
So this is the new one. You're moving up in the world.
No, I was 13 on Forbes. I'm 19 on CEO World.
So CEO World is less accurate, you think?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because
now, CEO World doesn't have, it's not as, I guess, prestigious as Forbes, right?
No, that's
so
correct.
Forbes is, giving you a higher rating.
But it's still
that's
a good
cool.
thing to be on a list.
Oh,
it is.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's especially when these are the kind of lists that you don't apply to be on them. You just get on them of your own merit.
Yeah, you just
yes,
appear.
That's right.
You can't pay somebody to be on that list.
I know.
You can't suck up and beg to be on it.
It's not a clout-based list.
Right.
It's not it's just
It's
actual
way beyond
skill.
clout.
Yeah, like some people who say they are award-winning bloggers or award-winning whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But you can pay for it, so whatever. Or you get your buds to, like,
Yeah, you
I
can
don't know,
just
vote you.
do it on Fiverr.
It's a legitimate third
Somebody will
party.
make you a little thing and send it to you.
As far as I know,
I've got one of those up on my wall that Bob
Yep,
made.
it just comes out.
That's very
just
cool.
comes out of the
Maven.
blue. So anyway,
Cool.
I'm still a
Well, you're rocking
Twitter-
it, aren't you?
Twitter maven, but yeah,
And you're a Twitter strategist, too.
I am indeed. Yes,
And you recently said on Facebook that Twitter is still your favorite
it is. Yes,
because
because it's the most effective. I
Cool.
I get a hit on my blog from Facebook first, but over time, Twitter drives more traffic, and I get engagement from Twitter that, believe it or not, I don't get from Facebook. I get a
It's more of a smaller circle of. It's more of a personal circle with Facebook, and then Twitter, it's more of a broader spectrum, or.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's more personal on Twitter than it is on Facebook. Because on Facebook, they'll like almost anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And once in a while, you know, especially if you talk politics, you'll get people who will comment. But on Twitter, I get an awful lot of people who, mention me, retweet, do. My click-through rate is pretty astounding, even for me. So click-through rate, as far as I'm concerned, is.
Can you measure click-through rate at Twitter, the website now, or do you have to use a secondary app for that?
No,
Secondary.
Buffer app.
I mean, Twitter, hello, they want people to hang out at the Twitter store, yet they don't supply any useful tools.
No, well, TweetDeck, but it's got no analytics.
Yeah, so useless.
So
Well,
I've tried a bunch of them.
you can use like Bitly or things like that
Yes,
with
you can.
TweetDeck.
Yes,
Yeah, but then
you'd
you're
get analytics
creating
that
a-
way, but you'd have to pay. Well, you have to pay.
But
for
with Buffer in
ads.
one spot, you can see, retweets, mentions, and click-throughs.
Yep.
But
Favorites?
it's not Twitter. I'm saying it's like, why doesn't
Oh,
the
no,
Twitter
it's a
web page, a landing page, have all that stuff? They're always complaining. It's like, oh, we're gonna disconnect you, and we don't want third-party people. Well, the reason there's third party here is because Twitter isn't actually supplying what's needed.
So there was. Oh no, it was third party. I was going to say, Twitter told me my first tweet last week.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't Twitter. It was a third party app,
Yeah, it was yeah.
and it actually told me who my first follower was too.
Oh, that's
Oh, very cool.
neat. That's very
Yes.
cool. Is it? Are they still following you? It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You should send them a tweet. Say, hey, did you know that? And you win a special
You're
award.
number one.
I think I did actually send out a tweet that said that's who it was.
Congratulations. Well, you should. Your first 100 followers, send them out a certificate. You're
Oh,
number
yes,
14
you're
of 100. You're number 17 of 100.
Yeah, apparently you were
In
the
crayon.
can't remember if you were the first or the second follower of Brother and Twins.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah.
guys are on Twitter now. I got to remember to follow you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a big.
I saw it
fan
in passing and
Yep.
haven't acted on
Actually,
it.
I didn't do it until today, to be honest. So,
Okay, I don't feel as bad
On
now.
the ball.
I just remembered and like, oh shoot, I better follow that.
Okay, see, I can live vicariously through you guys.
That's
That's close enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
That's scary
poopy
enough.
diapers, no being up in the middle of the night. I just go, oh, aren't they cute?
Yeah. Oh, I
Look
gotta
how
come
big
over and
they're
bug
getting."
them, make them cry.
No, I
Run
don't even
away.
have to go near them.
It's true.
I just follow the twins.
So on Twitter with your engagement, do you get anybody who's like says slams you or trolls you or anything
course
like
they
that? Yeah. I tweeted an Owen Clark blog post. I guess it was about outsourcing. And it wasn't all about outsourcing overseas. He was talking about how he outsources video production to
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, and then this guy, he tweeted me. He replied to me and said, "You're an asshole." He goes. This is why the economy is blah blah blah.
Wow.
Because
Okay,
of
sounds
people.
like me.
Because of people like you. Blah
I was
blah.
gonna say, yeah, was that?
Did he
app
even
Bob
read
got?
it?
So that's what I replied and I said, maybe you should actually read it before you read it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is you got
Outsourcing could be hiring your friend and encouraging growth in the economy.
Yeah, but outsourcing is general. People have this stereotype.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a negative connotation. I get it, but he just it really means just you're not doing the work anymore. You're getting someone else to do it.
There's nothing
So,
wrong with that. That's called
I mean, that-
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Well, and also too, I mean, that's delegation, and that helps grow the economy.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
Mostly,
I like that.
the cheap shots they take are the fact that I have 110,000 followers, and somehow I paid for them. I'm, whatever, and I say, okay,
Whatever.
I'll show you my, engagement rate. I'll put my engagement rate up against your 25 followers any day.
Yeah. Or even a couple
Or
of hundred
300.
Or
The
3,000.
thing is, you worked hard for your followers. I mean, it took
I
a long
did.
time, and
And you've kind of plateaued.
it didn't build overnight.
Oh, no, I haven't-
Because you keep on knocking people off and building up again.
Yeah,
knocking people
I
off,
haven't
just cleaning your list.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't gone. I haven't been aggressive about it for probably 6 months.
Well, you don't need to be, right?
No, I'm at 100,000 and 110,000, and I mean, I could. Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to be getting millions and millions and millions. So there's no point.
No, because I'd have to change my name to Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Justin Bieber's mum.
Yes.
Okay. Roundtable number 2.
Margaret, BC_insurance gal, the other half of the soon-to-be relaunched Women Talking Tech, with my new Samsung Galaxy S4 phone.
Nice.
Well, that'll definitely make a difference in the audio quality, right? Even though you won't use the phone.
No, yeah, don't use the phone on that anyway. But
the
it makes a
confidence.
difference in my happiness, so that's the important thing.
There you go.
Yes, and I
So
yeah,
you can buy happiness.
yes.
It's
you
Samsung
can, yeah.
happiness.
Well, you can buy a geek happiness. That doesn't take much.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I agree with Bonnie. Twitter is my favorite still as well. I find LinkedIn is just being a bit spammy lately. And
Very salesy, yeah.
I get decent engagement in there. I get a lot of comments and people liking my my posts, and I get decent click-throughs on it. But I still think Twitter's good. Facebook is still just more social, especially since the whatever they've done for the business pages, and I'm not willing to buy Facebook ads. So
Yeah, it's expensive these days. They just.
Well, I mean, I would if you had if you knew your conversion rate and it was worth doing, but just like any ad. But
well, it's if I was selling a product and it was something easy, people could go, oh yeah, and just click and buy. But yeah, that's not my business. So it's face to face.
yeah, I was listening to Miss Eileen Speaks, Eileen Smith from
Take a
Basic Blogging Tips.
Did you just say giggity?
No, take it. No. We this is part of the new bunker drinking game. Every time Andrew says "I was listening to," you gotta take a drink.
I can't drink that much.
Holy smokes! Yeah. Anyways, she says she recommends people if you've got already a huge following on Facebook, then yeah, keep developing that. But if you're just starting from scratch, she says go to Google Plus, maybe go to Pinterest, LinkedIn. And she doesn't recommend it anymore. Going to spending a lot of time and resources on building a Facebook.
No,
fan
Facebook
page
is
anymore.
more for social, and that's really more what I use it for. I post on my business page, but it's more out of habit than anything else. But yeah, if I was going to build, it would it's going to be on Twitter or Google Plus.
Because what's the point in building up a huge Facebook following when only 2% are gonna?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, really, because they're cutting off the nose despite their face.
Well, they're a public company now. They have to make money.
Yeah, but we gotta go down a rabbit hole with that one for sure. They're so busy buying Oculus.
And are they the ones that bought WhatsApp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
haven't done anything with that
So
one.
they haven't done anything with that one, but he's out shopping for other shit.
Well, I think they want to leave WhatsApp as its own thing.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not broken. Don't fix it.
Yeah, they didn't want to touch it.
It's the biggest messenger.
Kind of what they did with that other thing that they bought about a year ago. What was it? James, what did they buy they spent a ton of money
Instagram.
on? Instagram, yeah. They didn't do anything with that. They just let it running as
Actually,
Instagram,
they did.
right?
They did a few things with it.
But not.
Made it easier
They
to post to
didn't fold
Facebook.
it into Facebook.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. But
No.
they
Thank
actually
goodness.
created a web interface though,
Oh, that's me.
so you have a profile.
That is you.
So James, what's
Oh, hey.
up with you?
Is this my round table?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, listeners. Hello, fans. This is James at @twisted_magic on Twitter.
Hey, I thought you changed your name, man.
What?
I thought you changed your name.
Yeah, to Crazy Carg Talk.
Don't tell people my last name.
Yeah, that domain's up for grabs, people. So
Yeah, because I don't really want to take anything away from Crazy TV Talk. So Crazy Targ Talk's probably not a good idea.
Crazy what talk?
Carg.
It was something that Andrew
Carg.
came up with earlier today. It was,
Well, he said he didn't want jamescarg.com, so
I would go cargified.
Yeah, like something
Or
a little more
Cargy.
interesting.
or
I don't know.
Carger. Kargr.
Yeah, because people will be able to spell that easily.
Well, that's the thing when you're like, yeah, you should get jamescarg.com. I'm like, people have a hard enough time spelling my last name.
How about
already.
Girly Boy?
Girly? Actually, I was looking
It's
at.
probably gone.
I'm pretty sure that you already had that one a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either that or Sanj did, because he used to buy up those
Yeah,
domain names.
girlyboy.com's
so
gotta be
I'm
gone.
thinking the lounge lizard chairs have like changed.
Mellowed. I noticed that too.
Changed the whole.
Everybody's like so cool.
Everybody's got their feet up. They're relaxed.
Oh yeah, it's like
What are you talking about? I'm not relaxed.
that's usually what we sound like. Anyways, it could be
Okay,
something in
so
the beer.
yeah, what's your favorite social network, James?
My favorite social
A
network.
bar.
Meetup.com.
Yeah, it's not
Girly
bad.
boys.
I've done a lot of stuff with Meetup.com. I mean, we've grown Hacker Nest into almost 1,100 members in less than a
All
year.
right.
So that's pretty fantastic.
Pretty hacky.
So what do you think of this idea?
We
We're
got BlackBerry showing up. That's pretty
Oh.
sweet
Cool.
on Monday.
Well, they show up anywhere, wouldn't it?
No,
Oh,
they're special.
are they?
They're going to come.
Are they
talk
going to
us.
give away those tablets?
I don't know. You should come to Hacker Nest and find out. $5, pay what you can, and you get to drink some beer with some other tech nerds.
I'm there.
Yeah,
When is it?
Monday the 31st. We always do it the last Monday of the month.
Oh, like I'm going to remember something that long ago or up in the future?
It's only a few days.
Is
It's
it?
only
Oh.
it's actually this.
It's
Monday.
I
Wednesday.
thought it was the 10th. All right.
Today's the 26th.
Oh, man.
Anyways, yeah, so they're gonna show up. But go ahead, meet up.
Oh yeah, Meetup. So what do you think of this idea? We're thinking of shutting down our Meetup group because we don't really get a lot of
We
new
don't get
people
$40
through Meetup.
worth, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of just going with Facebook.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
events.
I think we get more interaction.
Get
with
more
the Facebook.
engagement on Facebook. I'd fully support that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what was that? We had this ridiculous message going on today. It was like, my phone was going ding, 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 ding. For fuck's sake, guys, stop commenting. I'm trying to concentrate. Ding, 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 ding.
That's what Bosco did. He freaked out the last time he was on one of those. What is this? I'm in a meeting.
What also too is like, don't you put your phone on silent in a meeting?
Yeah, I
Like, what the
know.
fuck's your problem?
Just excuse yourself.
Actually,
Yeah.
I had it on vibrate. I was
Bosco,
getting
we're calling you-
really turned on. And I was like, well, so I'm not going to be able to stand up at the end of this meeting if this keeps up. Those business
Yeah,
slacks
Bosco.
they're not tight enough.
Bosco, you better show up to defend yourself.
Hey,
now.
where the heck is the big B? You ever see him every now and again?
B.
The big B.
I'm definitely going to include him in the next one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
him.
just
Him
to
and
piss
Jeff,
Yeah.
they love that shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, now,
What are you doing? This is like when Bob invited 800 people on Google Plus and people started freaking out.
What was that?
To what?
Back when we used to do the Hangouts and
I was
Bob
like,
would
say,
just,
yeah, everybody.
just like everybody in my circles, and
Yeah, it was like
then
800.
people would be like,
Actually, it was more than that. It was like more like,
It was.
like $2
It's like,
grand.
yeah.
People. It was like,
and these people are like, what the? How do I turn this shit off? God,
It
Oh
just-
yeah, because it was going to their
Instant
email.
it was going to their email, it was going to their phone, it was going everywhere, and they're like, why? Why are you doing this? I hate you. I was doing that too, though. I was yelling at people because people were doing that to me too, and I was like, "Are you stupid?"
Just turn it off. Turn off your email notification.
I think my favorite social network is Facebook, though. But
Yeah.
Really?
I don't
For
know.
comments?
Like I just post stupid
Yeah.
shit.
But for social, not business.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do
Yeah.
it for business. I have
Yeah.
no social life.
I think you can do it both ways. I mean,
I think, yeah, well, the problem I
it
have.
depends on where your market is and who your clientele is. If they're somebody that's on Twitter, then sure, go ahead. But if there's somebody that's
Different people like to communicate in different mediums.
yeah,
That's
like
the
if
way
you're
it is.
you're
That's why you
passive,
need to be on spots. I mean, I've got clients that are strictly email. I've got clients that like text.
Yeah.
I've got clients that contact me on Twitter.
on Facebook,
On Twitter.
It's like, fuck.
I got clients, on Facebook. It's it's a
I never get comment. I'll only get an introduction, but LinkedIn,
I hate.
I don't get like in mail a lot. I'll get one, and then suddenly we're like on email, direct email. People, they'll do an initial
It's
spammy
LinkedIn.
thing,
Yeah,
and you connect, and then suddenly it's like, get the fuck off your LinkedIn. People don't like to communicate on LinkedIn
No.
for some reason.
I don't mind communicating on LinkedIn. I just hate the guys that I add, and then they're like, "Hey, I want to tell you about this awesome thing," and I'm
tell
like,
me.
"Oh, so I'm gonna call somebody out because I'm already gonna be gone to their event and back by the time this episode comes out." So the Canadian Marketing Summit actually did that to me on LinkedIn. So Stephen Ty, I guess is his name.
Yeah.
He friended me, and I'm like, "Well, who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
And so I said, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
And they sent me back this thing. I want to invite you to the Canadian Marketing Summit, and I'm like,
Wow. You
Fuck
guys
you.
are still doing shit like that.
I was like, seriously, I was hoping you were gonna like at least lead me somewhere or give me a
Yeah,
positive business.
Do some marketing.
Like, don't just put "Hi James" and then your whole shit.
Yeah.
like
Paste.
paste. Like,
Yeah.
suck
I
it.
got spammed by e-women today that way on LinkedIn.
I get that all the
and
time.
then I
on
want,
LinkedIn.
and then I
Then
want their
you
contacts.
know what you do then? Then you go, look, I can go to my contacts, I can look you up, and I can fucking remove you.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Well, I'm
bye-bye.
starting to do that.
But
'cause
actually, I get like I don't know how many. Can you endorse me? Can you do this? Can you do that?
Oh,
It's
I hate
like
that.
And then you're like, who are you?
that's why I don't even look at my LinkedIn inbox.
that's
anymore.
not that bad though. I think that the endorsements are good because you can now use it to.
Well,
apply
sure,
for
the
they're
jobs.
endorsements might be
strangers.
good, but
But you
just,
can use.
I
it
know
to-
these people that are
Oh.
endorsing me on skills that, yeah, I know I have these skills, but I can, I know they don't know I have these skills because they've never fucking met me.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
the way it's set up.
Oh,
It's a bit of a gamification thing happening
Yeah, it
there
is.
too. It's like clicking these buttons,
Well, it's true, but I mean, most of the people that should be.
But it
voting
doesn't
for
mean
you,
anything because it doesn't, it's like I look at somebody's endorsements, it doesn't mean they're good at anything. It just means possibly that they've given a lot of endorsements so people feel guilted into giving them back. It doesn't mean I think they're
Yeah,
skilled.
But
it doesn't. But you know that.
it
But not everybody
influences
knows
people.
that.
It
yeah,
influences
not
the hell out of
every-
people.
That's right.
I forget sometimes that people in this room are
Stupid
smarter
people, it
than the
does.
average bear.
That's right.
Well, if we're talking about HR, then yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because HR is
Hello,
so clued up.
HR Vancouver. Thanks for never responding to any single email you ever receive.
No, they're hopeless.
I don't get that. Like,
Because
you go
they're
do
HR,
business
they're busy
overseas
going to
and they're-
lunch.
and you're like, hey, and they get back to you within 4 hours. You do it here in Vancouver, nobody gets back to you.
Well, yeah, they're busy going skiing and mountain biking and
I don't get
important
it.
things.
I don't get it. Anyways, as far as LinkedIn, like, I don't mind the endorsements. I just think as long as you know the people, but
Yeah, the
I will,
problem
only
is
endorse,
that
I will only endorse people that I actually know
Me too.
for things that I think they could be good at.
But that's,
Yeah.
that's why I always ask the people when they send me a thing. I'm like, who the hell are you and how can I help you?
exactly. Please endorse me.
The thing is, LinkedIn, the way they want it to be
Yes,
is
please.
they want it to be only people that you know have done business with
Sure.
and things like
Yeah,
that. But
that's what I
everybody's
do.
using it as a way to build a network of new people that they don't know, right?
Yeah.
So then
I don't
that's
ever let those people
where
in
the
my
problem
network.
comes up.
Well, you can do that in Google Plus.
I really hate the guys that are like, yeah, we got an opportunity for you if you add me to your LinkedIn. And you're like, okay. And then you add them to LinkedIn and then they mine your LinkedIn for
I
people.
know.
Mm-hmm.
That just makes me want to punch them in the face and say, like, anybody that they found through me, just delete them off their account. Like, I feel like that's a dirty thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's scraping. I mean, there's
Although that was the whole reason behind the creation of LinkedIn. It's like, hey, I know some
Yeah.
cool people and you know some cool people. So if we get together and share networks,
That's
then we can
fine.
know more cool people.
That's fine. But
it's being
don't-
distorted by now.
don't be like, hey,
Don't be a
bro,
douche.
let's hook up. I got a job opportunity for you. And then mine 16 other people that
Yeah,
I know,
I know.
Mhm.
for the same job. And it's like, wait, so you're basically, I don't know. I think there should be like a content
Rape
or
and pillage.
Well, not even rape and pillage, but I don't know. I think that there's a market for connection brokering.
I think there could be a neat phrase somewhere built into that, the rape and pillage of,
Like, if
the
you're gonna-
online social media.
Yeah.
like if you're gonna do that,
RP.
like give me a couple of bucks. Like, if you want access to my
Sure.
contacts, $20. I've taken time to build up my LinkedIn network over 5
Yeah, but then you
years.
just have a bunch of people scamming the whole concept to make the $20 and have a bunch of fake people.
Yeah.
Oh, go
Somebody's
gonna fuck it up.
Somebody will always
Whereas-
ruin it.
I
I don't know
agree.
one of my favorite phrases that I've learned in the past year was R&D, research and duplicate.
All right, so my turn, I guess.
Praise Lord Helix.
My favorite social network. Oh, Andrew McGivern at Podcast.
Who are you?
Twitter. My favorite social network is Plurk. Do you remember Plurk?
Plurk.
No.
What's Plurk?
just trying to be
PLURK.
cool.
You're such a hipster.
It was.
Is anybody on it?
Well, I don't know anymore, but I don't even know if I'm on it anymore. But
Andrew likes to twerk on.
It was
Plurk.
it was a horizontal social network, so everything went horizontally instead of vertically.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And it had these funky.
Did you make this up? Did you dream about this?
No,
I was on
Andrew's-
Plurk.
I know
I've heard of it.
Andrew picks
Back
up, you
in
know,
the
and
day.
he just loves new stuff, shiny new toys, and you know.
Yeah, I do suffer from shiny new object syndrome.
Oh
that's
my
for sure.
God!
But
I'll get like emails. Oh my God! I get a new.
back-
iPhone.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
you
get
know, this is the pot calling the kettle black, Mr. ADHD.
Me?
I don't think he has HD.
Not yet. I'm saving up for the
Is this
HD
AD?
80. I just get 80. I
He's
can't
got
afford the
AD.
HD. Yeah.
I
I want
No,
80
when he wears
40.
his glasses, he's
I want
wearing,
80/40.
He's
Thank
wearing his HD.
Oh, I'm devastated. Plurk is gone.
Oh no!
I'm good. Thank
Anyways,
you.
it was a horizontal social network with
Do
these,
you
like,
hear what she
orange
just
and
called me?
Blue and
We're training her.
Fuck.
We love her.
What?
Numbnuts.
Flabby butts?
Oh, she likes how's your beer, numbnuts?
Well, it's because you're sitting in one of these chairs. I'm feeling kind of nummy.
Yeah, I kind
I
of feel like
good
it.
about that.
So, do you think
I
numbnuts
think
is
we're like-
free as a name on
So,
Plurk?
am I an influencer?
Nah,
Plurk is
that's gone. That's gone.
Plurk is gone.
It's like being on watching an Archer show. What was that? The insults they've got. It's like, what was it? Ball.
Oh,
liquor or
hey,
something
James.
Like that,
Can you send me a link or something? So I got to turn my nieces onto that. I think they'd really love Archer.
Send you a
How
link
old
about
are
it?
they?
Just Google.
They're the same age as James.
oh, okay. Well,
And I've never been told about this.
what? How old you were?
My nieces live in Prince George. My nieces live in Prince George. They're-
Yeah, absolutely.
You want me to turn them on to Archer? Just Google Archer.
I guess.
You could.
Look, she's trying to switch you onto a couple of nieces, dude.
It was a joke.
Don't you
anyways.
know a hint
I'm
when you
gonna
see
be engaged, so
Thought you
no,
were
you're
engaged.
not.
yeah. I am.
Trust me.
Everybody has to do it at least once.
This is the time to get engaged with other women before you're engaged, because after the engagement, it's all
Okay,
over.
I wasn't
dude.
trying to hook them up with my nieces. I just wanted information on Archer.
Oh, they're not.
So
He's
They
not
live in
good
Prince
enough
George.
For them. They're not good enough for them, huh?
They're 800 kilometers away, and they're both in relationships.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't
so
have a problem
yeah,
with that.
They're
He's-
both engaged.
he's more than 800
If they're
kilometers.
engaged, actually, hey, doesn't James have a 1-800 number? 1-800 play with James.
1-800
Hey, James.
Flabby
Mix-a-lot.
butts.
James,
1-800 flabby butts.
Mix-a-lot.
No, what was
Kick
it?
those
James.
nuts.
What? 1-800 numbnuts.
no,
Call now.
I think James needs to get a 1-900.
Which one are you
number.
voting for?
1-900 Plurk James.
Okay. Anyways, Archer is funny and it's a good show.
It is. It's awesome, man. And this season is out freaking standing.
It's terrible.
You're
Do
not
you need
liking it as
Netflix
much?
to get it?
It's
I don't know
not
if I have
good.
Netflix.
No, you can watch
Okay,
it.
I'm going to be a party pooper. When are we going to talk about images?
We haven't
All
got
right,
to Bob yet.
Bob, yeah, you're.
I'm Bob.
Hey,
How's it go,
Bob.
man? I just loving this cash look, man. It's so cool. So Bob Garlic at bobgarlic.com or Garlic Marketing or Crazy TV Talk or Bob Business Book Talk or Uncensored Social Underground. I did this to a client the other day, and they were saying, "So, do you have any samples?" Yeah. Get ready. And then boom, 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 boom. Did you get all those? It's like, God. Yes, I am online. But yeah, just Google.
I don't know. You're really hard to
Are you
find.
online?
Yeah, I know.
I've never seen you online.
I know.
Okay.
1-900 Bob Garlic.
Yeah, 1-800 Smelly Bob.
Smelly Bob.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so what's your favorite? I've never seen you on social media channel.
What?
Oh, how about the most obscure one that I've used?
No, the most
Whatever.
common one.
What's your favorite?
Both.
Well,
What's
I'm
your favorite?
G plus.
I'm always on Facebook and G plus. I'm actually a lot on the G plus photo, the black and white photo and black and white
The community.
photo communities. Yeah, I'm really into that, and they're huge, man.
Hey,
And
are you with with all your pictures and your cool your street photography and all that? Are you creating a Pinterest board for that?
Nope.
Are you planning on it?
I don't know. I never got into Pinterest. I
Me
mean,
neither.
It's
It's
80% women.
Well, that's not a bad thing, but
That's true, I guess. But
Depends
I mean,
on the country, and some it's not predominantly women in every country.
Yeah, I just
In
There's
the
a lot-
UK,
there's-
there's more men than women.
There's a lot of car porn,
and they put up
electronic porn,
tech pictures in
tech
the UK.
porn.
Yeah, I can put pictures of my camera.
so
It's
don't
like,
you do better with pictures in G plus?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I get much more intelligent questions, and the way I post in G Plus compared to Facebook. On Facebook, I don't put the technical data.
Yeah.
But on G Plus, I put this is the camera used, this is the f-stop, this is the exposure, blah blah, all this technical stuff, and then I'll put some tags underneath, call them tags, and then a little story about like this is what I was doing, blah blah blah, and then people will comment and say, oh, that's really great, and I'm using this lens and I've had trouble with this and that. So it's like-minded people that actually are doing the same thing you're doing, talking about what you're doing, compared to Facebook, where you could put out just the most amazing picture, and then people say, oh, I like that, and don't make any comments and stuff. And then you go down, and then somebody's put a piece of crap picture, and everyone's like, I like that. So there's no what do you call it, integrity to likes. It's just like it doesn't mean anything anymore, and I find comments are very
But isn't that because in Facebook it's your friends, family, and whatnot? But in Google Plus, it's people that are following you because they have a like interest. Because
exactly. It's
I've
totally
already
different
told
concept.
you.
It's totally different concept.
I told you how this works.
Well, yeah, we've talked about it lots of times.
Facebook is your past, Twitter is your present, and Google Plus is the future.
Oh, I like that. Well,
deep, man, deep.
It is deep
Cool.
because you end up following people you like
Pass the
and like
hookah.
stuff that you're
Yeah,
into, and that's is your future.
I learned
It's your
so
stuff.
much. I learned so much in
Craft
Google Plus. So much.
I know.
The
Tell me
people I
about
know,
it.
they're and then I'll go into, and I don't know why I get trapped in Facebook. It's just
Me too.
It's like mediocrity, but I like it. It's kind of like a soft porn or something like that, and G Plus is like hard porn. You can only take so much.
Well, G
And then you
Plus,
get
if you
sore,
want,
you know?
if you want an answer, or if you want to talk to people about something,
You want to have
intelligently.
dialogue
Yeah.
with people actually dialogue back instead of like, oh, really funny. It's like,
Yeah, and
or
you don't
nice.
Yeah, and you don't dare. I said nice to one of your posts. You did that on purpose, didn't you? But it was Facebook, and I dumbed
Yeah, well,
it down.
it depends on the people. But that's the thing is like you dumb down in Facebook, and in Google Plus, it's more like I got to be on my game.
Yeah.
And maybe some people don't think it's that way, but when I'm on G Plus, that's my attitude. Is I'm representing a more of a almost the way I should be representing on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I just don't give a shit. It's like it's all sales and crap. It's not my world. But
I don't
Google
know.
Plus
I get,
is more
I
my
get spammed.
You know
on
the
LinkedIn.
some
a
of
lot.
the what do you call them in LinkedIn, the groups used to be pretty good.
not anymore.
But everybody moved over to G Plus communities. There used to be a really good
So much better.
podcast group over in
really?
LinkedIn, and now all those same people are over there's two big Google Plus podcasting communities, and they're all over there now.
And they're great.
Yeah, they're really
You
good.
I
get
know.
lots-
There's
you get lots of
amazing
newbies
people.
like, oh, what type of mic should I buy? And there's like 15 people. There's huge reports.
Yeah.
And I was into doing that. And I said, oh, shit, I don't have to do this. There's people doing a better job than me.
No, but you can
Yeah,
find
I
out
don't
lots of
go there as much
information.
anymore either.
Oh, you remember Dave Chick came on the Bunker Show, the bald guy who's a real audiophile. We talked about mics.
yeah.
He's saying, oh, tell us about mics, and boom, he's off for 50 minutes. He just got a gig blogging for Best Buy, and he's going to do their official blogger, like on national level. He went out,
Wow.
and he's doing a whole series about audio for Best Buy. I mean,
Wow.
it's a brilliant move by Best Buy. And we had him on Crazy TV Talk, and that's when he broke the news to me. And I said, well, what do you going to review products? And he said, no, I'm going to talk about audio, like an audio file.
Yeah.
It's a really smart move because
It is.
people
Well, they
that
do
are
sell-
into it are going to respect Best Buy because of it.
And Best Buy does have a audio department, not like Future Shop
Yeah.
doesn't, but Best Buy does. You can buy mixers, and you can buy.
Really?
Yeah, they
Oh
got
yeah,
some
you
good
can
gear.
buy.
Some
You
really
can
good gear.
you can buy. It's not like a pro audio store, but they do have
Good
a selection
enough.
of. It's not like a Tom Lee Music or
No.
Long and McQueen.
But
Long and
for
McQuaid.
your average, at-home podcaster,
yeah, they've got microphones.
absolutely.
They've got the iGriffin or what's it called?
Do they have that really good deal microphone that does three things? It's only $35. I was making a mention today.
actually I didn't see it there.
They
but
should have that because that would be perfect for the demographic.
Isn't that interesting? See, I went out and bought a good digital recorder
Yeah.
for podcasting and whatever. And
Which one?
Zoom X1.
Oh, Okay, yeah.
I have it with me. As
For a
matter
second there, I thought you were going to say the Zoom H.
No, I don't have that much.
H6.
I don't have that much money.
And I was just talking to Bob earlier.
He's got his new porn toy. Tell us about
your
your
mic, man. Holy smokes!
But I went to Long and McQuaid. It never even occurred to me to go to Best Buy. You go to
because
Best Buy to buy like cheap
well,
Apple shit.
Best Buy, I don't think they would. They wouldn't have like a good selection of digital recorders. I don't think.
No, but in Long
Not like
McQuaid
Long
doesn't
McQuaid.
either. Like I went to
No,
Long
but they
McQuaid, they're
hadn't-
like 2.
Okay, but they had the one I wanted.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and I knew ahead of time that they had.
But
them
listen
in
to
stock.
what Andrew was getting.
Okay, so
Tell us about this piece of porn.
the zoo. Remember when the Mighty Quinn was here
Yes.
and he had the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
So
I still have the
We're,
video.
we're talking about
So
the equipment.
for-
Not
I
the
still
Mighty
have the
Quinn.
video. Now I'm talking about the equipment.
For
too.
listeners who haven't listened to every Bunker show, the Mighty Quinn is he's got a podcast called The Chairborne Commandos, which is a podcast for veterans.
Yeah, he's pretty connected. Actually.
And it's a really good show. I've listened to a couple episodes, and but I've listened to every episode of his other show, The Art of Podcasting. And he came up here and joined us for a couple of Bunker shows.
Yep.
And he brought the Heil PR40, and he back then I didn't have the Heil PR40.
I have pictures of that.
He also had my mic too,
He had the RE20.
Yeah.
And he also
With a
had
cool
the
little
Zoom H4n.
I know he was geared up big
The
time.
H4n is an awesome digital recorder.
No wonder he had trouble getting
But
over the border.
H6, the H6.
Here it is. This is the new
is
one.
awesome. So what it is it's got knobs on it, just like a mixer, so you can control your levels. It's got 2 XLR inputs on each side, so total of
4 mic inputs.
It's
like
got
these.
2 internal mics, just like most digital recorders have. But they're removable, and you can buy an additional attachment that'll give you an extra 2 XLR inputs.
Ooh.
That's 6.
So that's
that
6.
mixing board. That's
That's
like
six.
this $500 mixing board.
So you could bring it with you, and some
Do 6
XLR cables,
friggin'
some
mics.
6 microphones, and you wouldn't even need this mixer. You could use one of the inputs for an iPhone or an Android phone and use this little soundboard app to put in intro, outro music.
We
and
could
things
do
like
this
that.
podcast right now.
But
and
not
everybody
only
still have
that.
one mic
Not only that, it records each track
separately.
What?
Does it make margaritas?
So you could load it into Adobe Audition or Audacity or whatever you use,
As multi-tracks.
and then it's multi-track. So if someone's coughing, say you have 5 people on your recording, and someone's coughing, you can just eliminate their coughing without cutting out the person who's actually talking.
Yeah, or if somebody's low, you can boost their particular signal without messing up everybody else's signal. So you can really.
There's a lot of things you can do.
Wow.
It's just
amazing.
So how
awesome.
much money is this piece?
About
of
$500?
$400 bucks.
$400. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? My little tiny, really nice Marantz they were like $800 4 years ago when I got it. And then now you can they still call us like $500-$600. But oh my God, it's nothing like that. No XLR, nothing. I mean, it's a beautiful recorder. Don't make it wrong. But that is kick ass.
I was thinking
Wow.
of getting the.
We could get it and get rid of the mixing board. That's how crazy that is.
Yeah, and I was thinking of getting.
It would look pretty crazy though, with like 6 inputs on that little tiny.
Little tiny
it looked
thing.
like a
What
fucking
the heck is
octopus.
that?
It's like, ah.
But it would be cool for remote.
Oh yeah,
it'd
For
be awesome.
remote podcast.
Well,
be
we
awesome.
we could take these mics into bars, wire them up, and then just have little table stands and go into any bar, sit around a table, and then shoot the shit. And it sounds great because I've used these type of mics in quite a noisy bar, and you get this rumble in the background. But when people talk, it sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah, and and depending on what you're doing, the background noise becomes
Part of the ambience.
Yeah, it's part of the ambience. It's not necessarily a distraction if it's done right. But yeah.
And I was impressed with what the X1 would do.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because I looked up on, I might have gone into the podcasting community and then found some YouTube videos about what this guy does, and he's got like boom mics hanging off of it.
Yeah.
And also he put some sort of a international adapter on it, and then he started piling stuff.
Oh, you can
onto
do
it.
you can do all sorts of shit with that thing, right? It's a lot of times these digital recorders are overkill, but still awesome. To
yeah,
listen.
there's a lot of podcasters that that all they use is
just that.
The field recorder. They use it for interviews when they're in trade shows. They go. There's I don't know how many people. There's at least 6 or 7 podcasters that I know of that go for a walk, and they just do a podcast while when they go for a walk.
Yeah, walkie-talkie.
Yeah. So walkie-talkie. Yeah. So very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're all into the almost like, I wouldn't say audiophile level. That's what David Chick would be into. But for us, it's we're all about really good sound quality. So it's easy for people to hear the show, and everybody's voice is nicely separated. And,
Right.
This is we've been doing this for like 3-4 years now, right? And that's how advanced the
4 years,
technology has gone in 4 years, is to be able to put that into a little tiny package is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing that, but anyways, it's
Yeah,
not like
it's
we're
cool.
going to go out and replace the mixing board. But if that mixing board like died tomorrow,
That's what you do.
we didn't get a new mixing board. Buy another one of those costs $400. So you might as well get like a kick-ass digital recorder and then go mobile. We could do some cool stuff, because then we could go and do it in Stanley Park one day, and then and because it would be on
you can't
batteries.
drink beer in Stanley Park.
Oh, we do heroin then. But
Actually, it doesn't come with a AC charger. You'd have to buy that separately. But what it does,
but it's got batteries.
it does come with an AC. Yeah, you can use batteries, but it also has a USB plug for the computer, so you can plug it into your computer and power it through that.
Nice.
Mine too.
Right. And now then you could do a mix minus too, right? That would be one of the inputs.
Mix minus.
You couldn't do a mix minus with it, could you?
That's a good question,
Ooh, there you go.
and I never thought about that.
Just to piss those guys off.
You might not be able to do that.
do a mix minus, dude. Yeah, all you need to do is buy one of those little tiny mixers, and that's what you would do with you. You just have that little mixer for the mix minus.
Well, you might
Like
be able to do it.
one input, right? And then you do the output.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'd be able to do it. But anyways, that's
Anyways.
Bob had to bring up that question.
What an
Ruin
asshole,
everything.
huh? Jesus.
All right, so let's get into
Let's start the
the
show.
main topic
Yeah.
after 41 minutes.
And thank you for coming.
And thank you for coming to the Bugger Project. What's our phone number, Andrew?
You're peaking, James.
Yeah, it's because he's got it
Why am
right
I
against
peeking?
Because he's like, way, there you go. He's excited.
I saw the little peak button on my light flashing.
Yeah, this is like the
Isn't that cute?
mellow show.
Okay, so let's get into some.
Bonnie, that looks very cool.
Oh yeah, that's very neat. I like it.
Oh, that's great. That'll do you fine. See,
And
it's
I
got a
have a
USB
little-
input too.
It does, and
Nice.
it has a little
1-800 Mix-a-Lot. Kick those
I don't
nasty
have it with
thoughts.
me, but it has a little thing,
A
Yeah,
wind,
spongy thing.
A wind,
spongy thing. But
windscreen.
I
Yeah.
can get the little hairy one.
Oh, they're fun. Then
The
it would
dead
look like a
cat.
little
They call
mouse.
those the dead cat.
Okay,
yeah.
it's got other stuff too, but
That's
I don't-
nice.
It comes with a dead
So,
cat.
so
There's
what's
another one. They're
what's
like
the
$100
price on
these?
those?
it's $99.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
At Long and McQuaid, and $25 for all the
Accessories.
accessories, which included the
The stand. Yeah.
tripod.
You
and
can
the
get those
little-
tripods at the dollar store.
So
I
does
know.
it have and it has an audio output, right? Like a line out.
It does.
Yeah. So
indeed.
you could do exactly what we do here. So it's future friendly.
Yeah, you just got to
And
buy
it's
like
got-
$800 worth of equipment to plug into it.
I know, and it's got you can plug a mic into it too.
Yep.
Besides
Nice.
those two,
It is.
Yep.
It is amazing what you can get these days.
and it was Ken, our
Wow.
buddy Ken, who told me
All right,
this is what I needed.
Cool.
And now you got it.
Now I got it.
All right. So,
Yeah, for the price, it's. I mean,
It was-
it's probably the best one that you could get for the price. I think.
oh yeah,
$100.
absolutely,
Yeah.
can't touch it.
All right.
So, should we
Interview.
jump right into Fiverr or interview?
No. Let's do
Pictures.
All right.
interview techniques.
All right, I'm just gonna relax here.
So
It's easy.
we've got some people here that do interviews. We got Margaret and Bonnie. They interview women on
Yep.
Women Talking
Yep.
Tech.
Mhm.
James interviews people when he's washing his dishes,
Yeah.
God, I missed that show.
or he used to, anyways.
I used to interview people back in the day.
That's awesome. Awesome.
What?
And
the
Bob,
dishwashing show, I love that show.
has done
I
a
used
ton
to. I
of
missed the
interviews.
dishwashing show too. I don't. I have a dishwasher now, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's like watch me turn it on. People aren't as interested.
No, but loading it, just loading it.
Yeah,
Clankety,
no,
clankety, clank,
it
that was-
doesn't last nearly as long anymore, and there's not as many.
And you got the splashy noises. as
There's
well.
not as many women that just join my hangouts just randomly.
How about a bath?
And the other thing is there's not as many
It's
South
the background
American dudes
noise.
that join without a T-shirt on either. I don't see them as many.
It's the
May-
background noise.
I
That's
think
the
it's
problem.
because you can't find just random hangouts anymore. as opposed.
Yeah,
Everybody keeps trying to do like the whole.
Hey, is that other one still around where it was a one-on-one chat, but it was on linked to Facebook?
That I remember you using that.
Airtime.
Yeah, is that? I haven't heard anything about that.
I tried to go on it the other day, but apparently they're going to try to reboot it. But
okay, I used it a couple times and I just never got into it. But
it was weird when you
like
got to talk to another guy that looked identical to you, right? You had the same eyebrows and everything. That was weird.
That is bizarre, man.
Yeah,
I remember when Andrew was like, "Dude, I talked to my clone last night. He loved podcasting, except for he was in Iowa, and he had a kid named Otama,
Well, there you
and he was gonna have mints."
All right.
Instead of
It lost
twins.
me. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You kind of stretched it a little bit
Yes,
too
it's
far.
true.
And then you
His
and then you
wife
started
was
talking
from-
to Gob Arlick. That was pretty awesome.
Gabarlik.
Gabarlik.
Yeah, Gabarlik.
Gabarlik.
Like we should do a show at a bar. He wanted to do it at McDonald's though. Anyways, airtime was pretty good.
Greasypodcast.com.
So
Okay, so
Heart
interview.
attack
So I
interview
found always
yeah.
be yourself.
always be yourself. That's
Yeah,
your
if you're
tip for
interviewing
interviews.
people, you should at least
I never do that. I put on
So
a
do
persona.
you when you're going to interview someone, do you discuss ahead of time generally what it's going to be about, or is this a big surprise?
Surprise.
People want to know. They really do. Like out of all the podcasts that they're working with, a lot of times right now I'm working with publicists, so their job is to basically give me a hard time. And I just have a pre-made copy-paste type of thing. And they say, oh, they got this book, you should check it out, blah, blah, blah. I don't even read it. And I just send them the response. Boom. This is what I'm about. This I will accept it, or we won't accept this. Da 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 da. This is a description of what we do. It's really casual, and this is the headset I recommend you get. And they got any questions, get back to me. Boom. And then like 2-3 days later, they get back. Oh, we're all excited. We're being on the show. Blah blah blah. It's all about them just trying to get the person on the show. All their talk is just preamble BS. I have to get to the writer before that happens, and that never happens. So when the writer comes onto the show, it's like, hey, how you doing? Do you want to go by question? You just want to wing it? I always ask them that, because then you can tell if they've done it before. And the guys that have done it before say, this is the wing it. And those are the best shows, because I said, well, we'll start with one question to see where it goes.
Okay, but you asked that question, but you do have some set questions.
Oh
that
yeah,
you
I've got
have,
5
right?
questions. I've got the 5 questions I always ask. Why do you think why did you write the book?
Like what inspired you to write the book? Right?
Yeah, but I said, why did you write the book? And then the other one is, what was your aha moment? What did you learn by writing the book? What was something that crystallized in your mind by writing the book? Because that's something that does happen. And they all just, oh, yeah. So that's something they can talk about. And then how do you read the book? What's the best way to read the book? Should you read it cover to cover?
Upside down?
Should
Or
you jump around in it?
Chapter to chapter or whatever.
But all those are questions for them to speak. They're super duper open questions. And if they're really, really bad at interviewing, around the 6-minute mark, I'll start running out of questions. And then I really got to start digging and working to make the interview happen. So then it becomes a job. Other people, second question, we're 45 minutes. Because we're just meandering, getting excited, and we're talking about stuff way beyond the book. And those are the best interviews. And the thing with interviewing people, you just got to recognize who needs help and who doesn't need help. And the people that don't need help, you just work with them as best you can and shut up 90% of the time. And the people that don't know what you're doing, you basically got to hold their hand and carry them through it and ask them ridiculously easy questions, and then go back and get them explain it a little bit more detail, and just try and bring them out and get. And those people, sometimes it's a warm-up thing. You know, you're chatting with somebody, they're all nervous, they don't know what's going on, it's going to be an uptight guy. And I'm just like, so casual and everything. I don't worry about it. Ha, ha, ha. And then maybe 5 to 10 minutes into the interview, they'll warm up and boom, that's their personality kicks in. They're not playing at being an author. They become themselves. And then it opens up and we have a lot of fun. But some people are just too uptight and they're too worried about the interview and they're horrible. And you just got to, and I usually cut those guys off around 25, 30 minutes because it's a terrible show.
So as a guest on podcasts, I prefer that either we chat about generally what we're going to talk about, because there's some reason that they've asked you to be part of that podcast.
Yep.
And so sometimes they have set questions. I like to know ahead of time what the set questions are. And I always ask, what's the purpose of this? And so they'll usually tell you.
They should know,
what it is. But I like to talk to somebody either on the phone or Skype or something ahead of time, even if it's 5 minutes, just because.
Yeah, to warm up before the show. Yeah, you got to do
so
that.
that when
to establish some chemistry or
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And
that's a good dating tip.
Well, it could be
true,
but it also gives you some idea of how they talk. They talk fast. They're loud. There's all sorts of things, so that you can adjust, and not necessarily in a phony way, but you can adjust to them so you can have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And I find that the ones that just send you 25 questions that you have to fill out and send back are usually maybe not 25. So it's 10 questions.
Oh, whatever.
And then you fill them out, and then they ask questions. And then most of the time, I can't remember what I said.
Well, it's like scripted at that point. It's like
and I don't.
It's too structured.
I mean, I like it to know what we're talking about, but not be that scripted.
Yeah.
You know who does a great interview? Craig Griffiths.
Yeah.
I've been on his show as a guest.
He is
does
good. He's very mellow, isn't he?
He's very, hey, James, how's it going here down in Australia? Yeah, it's Craig. Yeah.
But he knows his stuff, too.
Yeah, and he was nice enough to talk to me about Social Stack, and it was great, and that was a great interview. So,
Yeah.
But we had chemistry.
I enjoy listening to his show. It's a
I
good
do.
show.
I do too.
But
I just wanted to give him a shout out.
But you knew Craig from
The Bunker
Show, so you had a relationship, and that's the thing.
I've done interviews with other people though, and it's been fine. I find a lot of times
some people you can just have instant chemistry with.
Another thing is also you have to remember when you're getting interviewed though is that they don't always put exactly what you said. They'll take whatever sentence they feel like.
Well,
that's another. That's a different type of it. But if you're doing a podcast, they're not going to edit it.
No, but some of them do, and there's
what a waste of time.
There's
what a waste. We used to do that.
Some podcasters heavily edit, and the problem with heavily editing is that you can actually take your interviewer or interviewee out of context. Yeah. And then because you cut something out they said before that was related to what they said, and it makes them seem like they're portraying a point of view that they're not actually portraying. So you have to be careful.
Every time I listen to the Bunker Project after we do it, I'm like, oh my god.
I did not say that.
But get ready to drink, because I was listening to the feed from Libsyn. And Rob Walsh, who is a longtime podcaster, one of the first podcasters. He did podcast 411. He's the VP of something or other over at
VP of something or other. That's pretty.
Libsyn. I can't remember what he is. Marketing or whatever. Podcaster relations, I think, actually. And at Libsyn.
What's that noise?
Which is one of the top hosting companies for podcasters. Oh yeah, your caller there is
touching the mic.
Oh,
I could hear that. I was like, what is that?
It's like I thought there was a storm.
But he said exactly what Bob said. He said that when he's getting like big name podcasters onto his show, that he has to go through a publicist, and they always say, okay, give me the questions. You can't deviate from this. This is what it is. This is the approved question list, blah, blah, blah. And then when he gets the actual podcaster on, and he asks those questions, but then of course there's tangents, and he says that that's where the show lies, is in the tangents. So and
we call them diversions.
And he says you got 20 minutes.
Digressions.
We call them digressions. And they say you got 20 minutes, but once he gets them on the show and there's a flow going, he's like an hour later, it's all done, right? Yep. So it totally, it's all about getting past the gatekeeper.
Now, that is a very good point about timing. Some people like this one guy, this is the second time he's come on the show, and he's a pretty serious guy who probably gets charged thousands of dollars an hour for using with clients. I mean, he's a really super high-end corporate dude, and he was in New York when I caught him this time. Last time he was in London, England, and he's got the first show I did is called the Meet the Don Draper from 2000. He's basically Don Draper today. This guy, really amazing guy, and so I had him on the show. He just wrote a second book, and it was called The Case of the Stolen Cutlery. And it's 60 pages long, hardcover. Outrageous. 60-page hardcover. And he's like, oh. And it's just a story about how to manage in a way that you kind of float through an organization. That's the whole concept. Very, very, very cool. Anyways, so this guy is, he says, Bob, I only got half an hour because I got to go to a meeting.
A rush.
And we're talking. And that's what you got to do as the interviewer. You got to watch the clock for them because that's not their job to watch the clock. So at around 25 minutes, it's Don, we're at 25 minutes. We better wrap up the show. And he says, yeah, okay. And we started wrapping up the show. So that's a very important thing. You've got to respect their time because the people that are important and you know, take time out of their very busy day, which is worth a lot of money to talk to you on your humble little podcast, you got to respect their time and not blow it off. And so I was really pushing him during the show. We were doing stuff really, really fast. We got 40 minutes of stuff in 30 minutes, though.
Wow, you're speedy.
So I've got a couple questions. So what do you do when, let's say you've got a book that someone's
Gotta wait for the wind.
got this business book that you're interviewing them about, and you're just not into the book, you're not interested in the topic, and really, you know, the content you're discussing just doesn't interest you. How do you make it a good interview?
I'm always interested. That's the thing, is I don't care whether.
So you never have to fake it.
I'm genuinely fascinated by anybody. I'm totally curious. I can talk to an accountant and get excited. And that's why I'm so good at networking, because I can go to a networking situation and meet somebody who thinks they're the most boring person in the world.
Okay, Bob, what advice would you give for someone who's not Bob?
Well,
Be more Bob.
Screwed.
Hire me. But that's the thing. It's like that's the difference between a really, really, really good interviewer and an okay interviewer. It's a really, really good interviewer is totally into that person and giving them 110% of their concentration. And if you do that, they pick up on it.
So you find something that you can be interested
Sure,
in.
there's always something there.
So
you listen to what they say and the way they say it and what they say, and then you, oh, well, you mentioned that. What does that mean? Can you give me a little bit more detail? And you make them, you slowly peel away, and then they blossom.
Okay.
It's really neat. I mean, some people don't. I must admit, I've had out of the 180 interviews, there's probably been 10 that were duds. But that's still not bad out of 180.
Yeah. So my next question is, you do
This is a good
a
interview
book
technique.
every week.
Yeah, I do.
Obviously, you don't read all
Done
the
it
books.
for 4 years. Nope.
Or any of the books.
Nope. I skim through them. I look at how they're structured. I read the back and the front. I'll look at the contents, and anything that jumps out I think is interesting, I'll read part of that chapter or the whole thing if it sucks me in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I need to do. I mean, most business books are the same. You know, it's motivational, it's marketing, it's management, and all the stuff that I could learn, I just asked the guy to tell me. It's like, well, you know, in chapter 14, you talk about this. Explain that a little bit, because I don't get it, because I really didn't, because I haven't read the whole book. So then they explain it for me. And then, oh, okay, I get it. Cool.
So how much research do you do into the individual? Do you...
Zero.
No?
Nothing. I don't need to. I mean, that's why they're on the show, is to tell me. It's like I'm sitting down at a coffee shop, and I say, hey, what are you doing, reading a book? So, cool, what's the book about? So, oh, neat. And you just tell me. And that's what the interview style is. Because the reason the show exists is just exactly like Crazy TV Talk. It's people don't have enough time. So, and if they want to read a business book, they listen to the show, they will discover books that are a good fit for them. If they do if they listened to all 170 interviews, out of that, they probably about between 5 and 30 books that they would get amazing benefit out, because they would be a perfect fit for them or a perfect fit for their business.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to Amazon, buying a book for $30, reading it, say, oh, this isn't for me now, this doesn't work. So really what you're doing, you get two things out of the show. One is that book going to fit me based on how the author pitched it and explained it to me? And number two, listening to what the author sounds like and his energy and his belief in the book. That comes out in the interview.
Yeah.
And those are the two things you get from the show.
I've listened to a few business book talks in the last couple of days. And
Which one did you like the most?
The one I liked the most is The Rise of Superman.
Oh, that was a good one.
But I had listened to him talk about the rise of Superman on Lewis Howe's The School of Greatness a couple of days before. Then I saw on Facebook that you'd interviewed him as well, so I listened to yours, and there was a very... And Lewis Howes is a good interviewer. He's got a lot of energy, brings a lot to the table in terms of his own experience as a professional athlete, and had been in flow as a professional football player and a handball player, so he could totally relate that way. But your interview with who was the author? What was his name?
I don't know. You have to look them up. I mean, after 180, they just all blend together. Sorry, guys.
It was.
That was a good one. Chaos too.
Way to make
Stephen Kotler.
Oh, Kotler. Yeah. He lives out in the desert. He's a very cool guy.
But you just the way that you just had the right questions at the right time, and even he said a couple of times, he said, that's a really good question. Nobody's ever asked me that one, and one of them was the question that got me was. How do you, as someone who easily gets into flow, how do you deal with people that don't get into flow if you're working in an organization? And and it really made him think.
What? And I don't think I wrote that in the book.
Yeah, that's for version 2 of the book.
Yeah, well, and a lot of times when we'll be doing it, I'll say that. So, oh, that sounds like your next book, and they'll say, you know what, that could be a good one.
And then the other one that I really liked is the Forecast Fatale.
Oh yeah, Forecast Fatal or Fatale.
Fatale. Which is an actual. It's a novel, but it's actually a sales book. Where yeah. So
that was a good interview.
That was a really good interview too. Yeah,
he was into it big time. Yeah. But it's what was interesting about that book is you get to talk to him about why did you write it that way.
Yes.
And what's the story about? What's the character about? Why did you do it that way? So it's a totally different style interview. Then we did it the same with, there was another really cool book we did, which was about, they did a graphic novel about risk. Now, risk management, talk about boring subject. And they did a graphic novel about it. It was like one graphic artist and 2 writers. And they worked on it for, I don't know, about a year. And that was a pretty cool book. So
cool. So are you doing anything to leverage, say, the community that the author already has? John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneur on Fire, he does an interview every single day.
I know, that's crazy,
Yeah, crazy. He batch produces them on Mondays.
Yeah.
But he does an interview every single day. But when the interview actually publishes, he sends an email and he sets this all it's got an automated system. Yep. He sends an email to the author and saying, hey, your interview's posted today. And he has he makes it easy, click to tweet it, to share it on Facebook, to, blah, blah, blah. Idea. And then he's getting a ton of traffic because he's leveraging their network.
Yeah, I do that.
Do you do anything like that?
Yeah, they all 3 days after my show, or after I produce it, I'll send it off to the publicist and say, oh, by the way, this is the exact time and date that it's going to publish. Yeah. Here's the master link, the link for my blog, and this goes live exactly at the same time, just so you can set up your social media campaign. And I just call it that, your social media campaign. It's like your responsibility. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And they'll get that. And every single person I talk to, when I'll say, oh, I'm going to do that. So they know that's going to happen. The other thing I do is at the end of the show, after we stop recording, I'll always ask, do you know somebody that would benefit from being on the show? And that's where that's a really good way to get deeper and deeper and deeper into the system. Because they're a writer or an author, and some of them are pretty heavy-duty authors, and they know other heavy-duty authors. So, oh, yeah. So we'll just CC me in a conversation.
I get a lot of authors following me on Twitter because my name's the same as a book publisher.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
So I get a...
Oh, Bonnie. Oh.
Sorry, that's me.
Sorry.
The dramatic music.
That's nice.
Dramatic music.
Is it a love scene or something?
No, it's... Go away.
Japanese cartoon?
No, it's a
Somebody's calling you?
No,
a game. Oh.
Busted.
At least I turn off my frigging things.
Can you kill it?
With Bonnie.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you hit the home button, it'll kill it.
Hooray!
Okay, so
everybody's got new phones, so we're discovering our new phones right now.
Her phone's not new. Sorry, I busted
Mine
her.
is.
Is it? You got a new one? What you got? What do you got?
Windows Phone.
Not a red one.
Windows Phone 822.
Ooh. Ooh, rocking it.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It's got a
It's
nicer
kind of like
screen.
new phone season, isn't it?
I'm a fan of Windows Phone, but I just don't
I'm
like
a
the app
huge-
marketplace. That's the only problem.
I have to say, I'm happy with mine, and I converted another Apple fanboy into over to Android yesterday.
You know, it's getting easier and easier. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
I wasn't even actually trying, and it happened.
I know. It's like fish in a barrel.
It's just sitting beside me on the ferry, and it's like, that's a really cool phone. It's like, yeah, look, I can do this. I can do this. Like,
Yeah, I love
text
my,
me today. He goes, we just went and got a new Note 3.
I love my Nexus 5.
Oh, it's a great
great phone.
Now the battery eats a bit,
Well, all smartphones.
but they all do that.
Well, then if you're on it and all the time and using the data, but the nice thing, one thing I do like about the Samsungs is I can buy extra batteries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't do that with mine, but then I can just buy a little charger thing. So
Yeah.
no big deal. I mean, it's
Portable charger.
That little charger that you've got, I still might pick up one of those because it just.
No,
that charger you talked about a couple shows ago.
Yeah, I've got three.
That's a hell of a deal.
I took a picture of it because I thought I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, we've got 3 of them, and if
Can I
you're
have one?
especially for travel, no, we use them, especially for traveling. They're lifesavers on a plane.
And
Holy
it
smokes.
lasts for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they
depends
are
on-
capacitors.
That
Depends
was
on the size.
Kamashi.
Yep. that's
Well,
the
there's
one.
Power Rocks. There's so
there's
many
other
different
ones.
ones.
They're
yeah.
pretty inexpensive.
I've got 2 or 3 other
Well,
ones.
Richard
and-
Solo for iPhone, but not Android. But.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're good stuff. All right, so we're at an hour and 6 minutes. Do you want to,
I think we should roll it up, and we'll bring Fiverr to next.
We'll do
time.
Fiverr next show.
Yeah. because
or do you
that's
want
a
to,
good
or do
subject.
you want to do a second show?
Hey,
All right, so we'll.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap
Thank
it
you
up
for being on the
next
show. The
time,
mellow. So, what did you guys? Did you like this format?
What about
Gaming
about
with
me?
James?
Yeah.
All right, 10 minutes with Gaming with James.
All right, yeah.
5
we
minutes,
forgot
3
about
minutes,
that.
2 minutes,
I don't care.
30 seconds,
Does anybody care?
and go.
Oculus Rift.
Oh, he's gonna have to do that.
Gaming with James. Crazy James Card Talk.
What was that one about the balls? Was it
Numbnuts.
Numbnuts? That's it. And the Numbnuts report brought to you by.
All right, come on. This is Gaming with James. Let's get the show on the road.
So I don't know. When is
typical.
this show gonna come out?
Weeks, months.
Weeks
Couple
and
weeks.
months.
2 weeks.
So then I guess everybody's not gonna be really upset then.
About what? Come on, tell me.
Well, Facebook bought Oculus Rift for $2 billion.
I know, and that's a
Yeah.
done deal, right?
Yep.
That's not going to be back. That's done. And now, is it stock options or cash?
Well, usually they do a combination of cash and stock.
Yeah, usually it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics of the deal.
Give us some of them Facebook credits.
Well, the thing is, like, is Facebook stock, what's it worth now? Did it actually?
$64.
So it's gone up a little bit since.
It fell actually, but not as much as it fell when the
God.
WhatsApp was bought.
Wow.
So that was.
Did
kind
it
of
fall
interesting.
when it bought Oculus? Did it fall, or
Yeah,
did it?
yeah. Once
really?
they announced it, it fell by not too much, but enough,
Huh,
and it was kind of interesting. But yeah, Reddit went all crazy about it. People were on Facebook going, "What?" And it was like, you're posting on Facebook
Yeah, dude.
about how much you think this sucks.
But why would it suck? I mean, all it is a 3D.
So
Aren't
what-
they just jealous?
Yeah, they are jealous. And there's a guy, Notch from Minecraft, the guy that made Minecraft.
Yeah,
He's a cool guy. But he's like, oh, well, I'm not going to make Minecraft for Oculus Rift anymore because Facebook's involved.
Yeah, I saw
Sure
that.
he is.
Well, apparently he doesn't need to make money, so
he doesn't really need to do that anyways.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
but the thing is Notch isn't exactly the smartest businessman ever. He really did get lucky
sure.
with a game because, I mean,
It's more of a cult than
I haven't
a game.
seen anything he's really made since then,
He doesn't have to,
to be
does
honest. He doesn't. No,
It's
he
like kind
doesn't.
of like the guy that does Craigslist.
But I mean, I can understand why Facebook did that, and I don't think it's a bad idea. But he was like, "Oh, I didn't pay $10,000 to help support the Oculus Rift as a Kickstarter
Oh,
to watch them get sold for
Yeah.
because they raised $2.5 million, right?
I get
before
that,
to
yeah.
Kickstarter. But at the same time, this is a great opportunity for Oculus and for the community.
Well, okay, so at that buyout though, is Facebook buying the
It's an
intellectual property,
Yeah,
or are
they're
they
probably
buying the
buying-
staff too, right?
Well, they're buying everything for $2 billion. You're buying patents, you're buying the hardware, and
Yeah.
it's a talent acquisition.
Probably throwing the chairs and
Like
stuff.
Facebook is making all the right moves right now. They're smart. They know what they're doing.
Sure.
By WhatsApp, they're getting peer-to-peer communication software as well as people that are really smart with messaging.
The biggest user base for instant messaging.
Next to
on,
WeChat.
Really?
Yeah, which is Chinese based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's just, 463 million versus
A
China.
lot. Yeah. So many farmers.
But like it's a good move. I mean, it's a talent acquisition. John Carmack, who made Doom, is one of the people working with Oculus Rift.
Oh, very
Yeah.
interesting.
So I mean, he's a pretty smart dude.
So-
if I
so-
saw him leave Oculus, then I might be a little wary that they're not really letting him roll with it. But as far as I can tell from the Oculus founders' comments, they're just going to leave him alone.
So the vice president of Facebook said that the limitations are restricted to our imagination with
Pretty much,
what
yeah.
Facebook can do with this. So
Well, I mean, it's not just what Facebook can do with it. This is going to make it cheaper for the community. People don't realize that. It's going to make it cheaper for the
Oh,
community.
God, yeah.
People that didn't know there was a VR headset out there now do because of this. Like, it's instantaneous
But there is problem
marketing.
there is problems with if you're young. This is bad for your
Well,
fucks up your eyes.
they say
right?
that if you're under 25, you're not supposed to use it.
Yeah, and how many people are under 25 on Facebook now? I guess all those guys are leaving, right?
I mean, in order to get a kit for Oculus Rift, you had to be a developer and you had to have about $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's not really that big of a
most
deal.
kids.
yeah, but it's gonna be a mainstream thing in a couple.
But I
of
mean,
years,
Sony
right?
just recently at GDC showed off their new VR headset as
Yeah.
well.
So
I see it's more of a move towards Microsoft and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony. Like I can see how they're doing this. They're buying up good companies to get talent acquisition.
well, everybody's
to
doing it. Look
be-
at Google. I
So
mean,
do you
they're
think
doing
on
robotics.
Facebook there'll be like virtual meeting rooms now where people wear their Oculus Rift and?
I still think we're a couple years out.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking tomorrow.
But yeah, I mean, as a futurist, what I see happening with this, I mean, sure, I could see that happening.
Do you think eventually we'll be in snow crash territory where there is actually we're never going to get that internet, right? We're never going to get the virtual reality experience.
It's
The
possible.
holodeck, yeah.
The holodeck is possible. Like I've seen good recreations.
No,
of
it's
it.
not. It's not a holodeck. It's an actual in
Are you
like the
talking about
novels.
being in a chamber and that your body is just virtually suspended?
No,
into
you're jacking
reality?
in like
Yeah,
Matrix,
that's
Matrix.
That's what
yeah.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that movie with Bruce Willis was, where he played a chick, but he wasn't a chick.
Oh, don't know that one.
Which was that?
I don't know. It's some movie where he was in. Everybody was staying at home and they could be whoever they wanted to be in this virtual reality, and people were getting killed and stuff.
Oh, I know that. Was it Bruce Willis? Or was somebody else though?
Was it? I thought it was Bruce Willis.
Yeah, it kind of had a nice edgy feel to it.
Yeah.
When it started out, you say, "Wow, this is like a weird looking movie,"
Weird
and then you
movie,
realize
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's
in
not." That
virtual
was
reality.
it was virtual. No, it was the Australian guy.
Was it?
Who's that Australian, very famous Australian
They're playing video
actor?
games. They don't even know.
And
Are you talking about Wolverine?
No. And basically, at the end of it, there's this amazing scene where he starts absorbing the glass that's shattered in the virtual. Yeah, that one. That was great. I know the one you're talking about. God, I got to watch that one again. That's an awesome movie.
But I mean, we are kind of like limited. I mean, we've seen people do YouTube videos of Spider-Man and with a GoPro. Or was it Superman with a GoPro? Sorry.
Superman, because he was flying.
Yeah, he was flying. That was funny.
yeah.
I mean, some stuff will be accentuated. I mean, I keep posting the picture of Marty McFly in Back to the Future 2 where he's sitting at the dinner table with his family and he's got the friggin' thing on.
Yeah.
Marty McFly Jr., I should say.
And that, now, that's a funny
That
reference
looks exactly
because that's
the
in the
same
past.
thing. But it is in
That
the
was
past.
2 years ago.
But they claimed it's 2015, so actually it's a year in the future.
A year in the future, you're right.
So
Oculus might still be in time.
Yeah, and I mean there was also recently the hoverboard fiasco,
Yeah, fake
hoverboard. So that was a long time
That was a
ago.
nice little scam.
But I think this just makes perfect sense. Facebook is legitimizing themselves. I mean, they've always been legitimate, but people are like, "Oh, Facebook," and it's like they've been around for 8 years.
The problem is like Facebook
8 years.
I know it's crazy.
almost 9 actually, probably.
Well, I mean, it's like they got to compete with Google because Google's
Exactly.
buying,
And people
the driverless car. They've got what else have they bought?
It's
The
got everything.
robotics.
Yeah, they've done the DARPA project for years.
The
They do
longevity
SpaceX.
project or whatever it's called, where they're
SpaceX.
trying to get people's lifespan up to a couple hundred years.
Yep. Yep.
Millennium, yeah. The SpaceX, all that
Then
other
they've got
stuff.
alternative energy, lots of alternative energy that
Yeah.
they've done. One of the largest R&D for that.
I understand this. I mean, they've got to...
If you're on
Chunk
that
of
level,
cash, yeah.
exactly. I mean, you're just going to get taxed. You get huge tax. You got to spend the money on something.
But Google has real engineers.
Yes,
who's to
that's
say
true.
that Facebook doesn't, though?
Take a look at Facebook.
Well, the thing is it's
Really, Bonnie? You used to be an engineer. You're going to make
it's
that
talent
joke.
acquisition. That's what it is.
That's
it's talent
exactly what it
acquisition,
is.
and it's a
And it
smart
doesn't matter
move.
if you work at Google or you work at Facebook.
I mean, doesn't
or wherever.
Google spend a lot? I mean, they have
Tons.
huge teams of people that are just looking for things to buy rather than generate them themselves.
Well, they
Huge.
just
No,
announced.
that's true.
They just announced Google Ventures not too long ago.
Yeah.
To do the larger series.
Who was that podcast guy?
Kevin Rose,
Kevin Rose. Didn't he get hired by Google to
Yeah.
do that?
Google
Yeah.
Ventures.
Whatever happened to that? Is he
He's
still
still doing it.
He's
Yeah,
still
he's
doing really well.
Jesus, what
Yeah.
a that's a
portfolio's
hell of a
grown
job.
huge.
But talk about a way to get somebody off a podcast. Huh?
Talk about a personal shopper.
Oh my God.
And he did a show which was just
Him drinking beer.
drinking beer and talking.
Oh
about
yeah, I
Alex.
love that show. I
Sound
loved his
familiar?
co-host actually. He was like Mr. Melvin.
Alex, yeah, but I don't even know. But
Well,
yeah.
he was into movies, and he was getting into movies last time.
He was always into movies. He was a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
You can watch some of those old guys on Techzilla on YouTube.
It's funny.
They're
You
actually
can
part of the Discovery Network now, which is what is it called?
That's funny.
Discovery Network,
Oh,
basically.
speaking of Discovery Network,
Yeah.
is it? No, no. Is it? Is that where Vikings was? Is it Discovery?
No, it's
that's,
History.
History
History
Network.
Channel.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so I don't see any problem with Oculus getting bought. I think that's great.
Cool. All right.
Everybody
we better
else
wrap it up
seems to be
'cause we're about 20 minutes in.
super pissed. So I think it's kind of funny
They
from a
always like
developer
bullshit
standpoint.
like that.
Good.
Cool. Awesome, James. Good reporting.
I go. Game of the Not numb nuts.
Yeah, that's his other persona.
gaming with numbnuts.
No, it'd be different to like Tech Insights with numbnuts.
Yeah, maybe it should be changed from gaming to tech insights.
Yeah.
Tech
'cause-
Insights with
Yeah.
James.
No,
Maybe
with numbnuts.
should I look up for
Numbnuts
tights.com?
brings you Tech Insights.
It's going to be live
Sponsored by
on
Gaming
remote
with
from
James.
Bangalore, India.
Yes.
Oh, we totally do that, man.
James.
Then it'll be sweaty numbnuts.
Oy vey. You know, every time a zinger, it took her almost the whole damn show.
What's
to
our
do
phone number so Norm can call us?
Curry with James.
It's Curry Jason. Oh my goodness, he's going to have a funny accent when he talks on the show. I can
James
tell you very much.
Vindaloo.
No. It's 1-800.
Masala.
No, this is 188 777.
1-877-636-1474.
I dare
is
you to
the
call it.
phone number that
Hey,
you
we
can
didn't
call.
get any calls. Did we get any calls? Voice messages?
No, I thought we were going to get a call from Paul the Rock God.
Bastard.
Because he's down in Mexico right now.
Oh, that's why. He's probably flat in his back being
He's
robbed.
down in Mexico. He said that if we were going to do a bunker hangout, he would try and join, but his internet was really weak. So
Yeah.
I said, no, just
much
send
hassle.
in a voicemail feedback. But he's partying too much.
Hey,
He's
if I was
got
in Mexico,
the
like,
margaritas
I wouldn't be
happening.
thinking about you guys. No way. All right.
I did a hangout for Mexico.
Yeah.
So
I
did
know.
James.
Hawaii.
I know.
Mexico,
Suckers. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you next time.
Oh, cool. Oh, my God. Sitting in these chairs totally changed the show. I was like,
Whatever, man. I am so fucking